A candlestick chart is the basis of the success of any trader. Understanding candlesticks charts and how it works can help you to create an income-generating machine for yourself. And many traders claim to know this, but yet they are still swimming in losses. Understanding the charts in a simple way, keeping your strategy easy and clear, and following a set of unbreakable rules is the only way to making profits in the market. And in this video, I will be teaching you how to trade the candlestick chart, the different concepts that surrounds it, and a lot more. But before we get into all of that, do well to like this video to help other traders find it, and also become profitable, and subscribe to our channel if you are new here. So my tribe soldiers, let's get down into this business. Now, here's how you actually read a candlestick. Green candlesticks are bullish because price appreciated and went upwards for the time period. The red candlesticks are bearish because price depreciated and went downwards for the time period. This rectangle area is known as the candlestick body, or the real body. The lines that stick out above and below the candlestick body are known as the wicks, or shadows or tails. For green candlesticks, the opening price is at the bottom of the candlestick body, and then the close price is at the top of the candlestick body. For red candlesticks, the opening price is at the top of the candlestick body, and the closing price is at the bottom of the candlestick body. The wicks end at the top represent the highest price point of the time period, and the wicks end at the bottom represent the lowest price point for the time period. Now, what does the size of the candlestick body tell you? The bigger candlestick body represents momentum gain, as price traveled a greater distance during that time period. The smaller candlestick body represents momentum loss, as price traveled a shorter distance during that time period. When you have a very small candlestick body, or close to no body, this is known as a doji, which represents indecision from buyers and sellers, as price swung up and swung down during that time, but then closed very close to the same price as where it opened from, which means that the buyers and sellers got nowhere, and again shows indecision. Now, before I show you these things on the charts, the question you should ask yourself is, why are candlesticks important? Okay, here is the answer. The thing is that each candlestick tells a story, and they are a reflection of what the buyers and sellers are doing from their various places around the world, meaning that the candlestick patterns that forms at a particular moment in time tells you a lot about what is going on in terms of the buying and selling occurring in the market at that particular moment in the market. So traders will look at candlestick patterns and the movement of candlesticks to make trading decisions, which is also known as price action. Now let's go through this right on the charts. This here is the asset you are looking at trading, and in this case it is a currency pair. This right here is your time frame. So right now it shows 1D, which means the daily time frame, meaning that every candlestick you see here represents 1 day of time. And if we were to switch this to the weekly time frame, it would show 1W. And then every candlestick you see on screen would represent 1 week of time. If we were to switch this to the 1 hour time frame, it would show 1H. And then every candlestick on screen would represent 1 hour of trading time, and this bar below tells you the date and time. And as you move the chart around, you can see the exact date and time that a candlestick formed, separated from each other according to the time frame with which you are working with. So if you take your mouse and place it on top of this candle here, you'll see the dotted lines connecting the candle to the scale below, which shows the date and time of the candle. And if you move your mouse 1 candle to the right, you'll see a day, or an hour, or 15 minutes after, depending on the time frame that you are working with. Now this bar to the right tells you the price of the asset. Let's say you want to know the price of this green candle here. Remember, green candlesticks open below, at the bottom of the rectangle here, and close above, at the top of the rectangle here. So if you want to know the opening price, place your mouse at the bottom of the rectangle, and notice how the dotted lines connect the candle to the scale on the right, and it shows the price, which means that the market opened on this particular time, and at this price. Now if you want to know the closing price, place your mouse at the top of the rectangle. Look to the scale on the right and notice how it gives the price, which means when the market closed at this time, the currency pair finished trading at this particular price. This is why green candles are bullish, because buying interest in the currency pair drove price upwards. Now the wick below is the lowest price that the currency pair reached at this time. Place your mouse at the bottom of the wick and it shows the candle's lowest price. Now, the wick above is the highest price that the currency pair reached that time. Place your mouse to the top of the wick and it shows you the exact highest price of the candle. So, let's say you want to know the price of this red candle here. Remember that red candlesticks open above, at the top of the rectangle here, and close below, at the bottom of the rectangle here. For the opening price of this candle, place your mouse at the top of the rectangle here, and it shows the opening price, and for the closing price of the candle, place your mouse at the bottom of the rectangle, and it will show you the closing price. This is why red candlesticks are bearish, because price opens at a high price and closes at a low price, giving us a bearish price action. The wick below is the lowest price that the currency pair candle reached at that time. And when you place your mouse at the top of the wick, it shows you the highest price of the candle. Now, when you see more red candles than green candles, this represents a downtrend, a bearish price action, and a depreciation of the asset, as sellers and bears continue to sell more of the asset, causing the push downwards. And when you see more green candles than red candles, this represents an uptrend and bullish price action, and an appreciation of the asset, as buyers and bulls continue to buy more of the asset, causing the push upwards. And when you see a bunch of green candles together, one after the other, this shows that price is gaining more upwards momentum. When you see a bunch of red candles together, one after the other, this shows price is gaining more downwards momentum. When you see a mix of both red and green candles together, and sideways price movement, this shows indecision, consolidations, and a choppy market. So, how do you identify an uptrend? Okay, so here are your runs, and here are your pullbacks, which means an uptrend makes higher highs and higher lows. From a price action standpoint, a moving uptrend shows bullish momentum, and that the buyers are in control, so you focus towards taking long entries to trade with the moving upwards momentum. So now, how do you identify a trend change from an uptrend to a downtrend? So here, you have your moving uptrend with the higher highs and higher lows, and then a lower low forms, breaking the last higher low. We call this a break of structure, and then we have a lower high and another lower low, finally signaling a trend change from an uptrend to a downtrend. So how do you identify a downtrend? You have your runs here and your pullbacks here, which means a downtrend makes lower highs and lower lows. From a price action standpoint, a moving downtrend shows bearish momentum, and that the sellers are in control of the market. So you focus on taking short entries to trade with the moving downwards momentum. So now, how do you identify a trend change from a downtrend to an uptrend? Watch closely. So here you have your moving downtrend, making lower highs and lower lows. Then you have the higher high, breaking the last lower high, causing a break of structure, and then a higher low and another higher high, finally signaling a change from the downtrend to an uptrend. So, how do you identify a sideways ranging market? Price is making same highs and same lows, and moving in a sideways direction. In markets like this, we look to take trades in both directions with confidence. Now, to understand the strength of the market's direction, we need to know and understand the momentum of the market, and we have the momentum gain and the momentum loss. So now, how do you identify momentum gain? The first way to identify momentum gain is to look for tight price movements in an uptrend. Notice how prices are very tight together, without wide swings, which shows that buyers are in full control, and that not enough sellers are in the market. To cause swings in the opposite direction, you want to trade with this upwards gain of momentum and not against it in the opposite direction in a downtrend. Notice again how price is very tight together without wide swings, which shows that sellers are in full control and that there are not enough buyers in the market to cause swings in the opposite direction. You want to trade with this downwards gain of momentum and not against it. The second way to identify momentum gain is candles growing in size in an uptrend. Notice how each candle is getting larger and moving a greater distance per candle, which shows a gain in bullish momentum. You want to trade with this gain of momentum and not against it, and in a downtrend. Notice again how each candle is getting larger and moving a greater distance per candle, which shows a gain and a bearish momentum. You want to trade with this gain of bearish momentum and not against it. So now, how do you identify a momentum loss? The first way to identify momentum loss is to look for wide swings of price after a tight price movement, which means the buyers are in full control. And then we had wide swings occurring, which shows momentum loss, and that the buyers are no longer in complete control and can lead to a possible reversal of price if paired with the trend change price action going in the opposite direction. This downtrend here is in a tight price movement, which means the sellers are in full control. And then we had wide swings occurring, which shows momentum loss, and that the sellers are no longer in complete control and can lead to a possible reversal of price if paired with trend change price action. The second way to identify momentum loss is to look for shrinking candles in a downtrend. Notice how you start with a big red candle, and then every candle after gets smaller and smaller, which shows a loss of downwards momentum as the distance traveled per candle is less and less. This can also lead to a possible reversal of price in an uptrend. Notice how you start with a big green candle, and then every candle after gets smaller and smaller, which shows a loss of upwards momentum as the distance traveled per candle is less and less. This can lead to a possible reversal to the downtrend, and knowing all these will give you an edge above other traders in the market, as it can all be applicable to every trading strategy in the market. If you have a question so far, drop them in the comments section, as I will be answering them. In this video that will pop on your screen now, I will be explaining the chart in a broader way, including the trading strategy that I use every week to make heavy profit from the market, bringing in more than 240% gain every single week. I'll see you there.